Americans will say things online that really make you question if there's even a school system out there. Look, I love America. I love going there on holiday. But you'll get people asking stuff like if the UK has the 4th of July or if Europe has its own moon. And today we're going to be looking at some of the silliest things Americans have said online from the subreddit r/shit Americans say. I'd say the average price of a vial of insulin in the world is $8.81. Insulin is a privilege, not a right. It defies the natural order of life. Yeah, but some people need it. Some people need it. People with diabetes need insulin. It's a necessity. You need to appreciate it through the price system, otherwise you would waste it. Well, you think there's people you would waste it? What do you mean you would waste it? People aren't just fucking injecting insulin for fun. We rode hard for Trump, but the system he built sent my wife packing. No, wait. But it sent my wife packing, deported, gone. Do I regret my vote? Hell yeah, it stings. Would I vote for him again? Bet your boots I would. My kids are crying, heart's breaking, but I'm still all in. Sorry, that can't be real. There's no way that's real. Okay, right. I can't validate whether this is true. It seems as though there's a BBC News article attached to that, but I can't find that quote attached to any BBC article, so I don't know if that's this is legit. But there is an article from a website called Newsweek with basically the same story, saying a guy doesn't regret his choice in vote despite the fact his wife was arrested by ICE. It's a different guy though than the one in the picture. I've noticed Europeans are way more susceptible to propaganda than Americans. I feel as though like all of us think we're less susceptible to propaganda than we actually are, but all of us are susceptible to propaganda. That's the point of propaganda. Like we all like to think we're really clever and intelligent and we'll be able to see through things like that, but let's be honest, we're not. Every time I travel and talk to European people at bars, they repeat the same 3 talking points: mass shootings, healthcare, and tip. Yeah, I mean, those are pretty big problems. That's not really propaganda, is it? Those are big problems. I think the first 2 more than the last one. The last one is bad because it kind of just enables like restaurant owners to pay their waiting staff like, isn't it like $2 an hour or something ridiculous? So if you don't tip in the US, you are like actually a dickhead. It's really silly, it's a really silly system to kind of put the cadence on the staff's pay down to the people who come into the restaurant. It's very silly. I don't think it's like that in any other part of the world. Ambulance ride in the US, $2,700. Ambulance ride in Australia, Germany, and the UK, $0. This isn't a system, it's a trap. Ambulance ride in the UK, not £0. Paid for with taxes, every single penny you ever earned, 20% gone for that ambulance. Well, yeah, but that's a pretty good thing to pay for with taxes, isn't it? Like the fact that you don't have to worry about getting an ambulance. Not free. You're right. You are sort of right that it isn't free, that it is paid for with taxes. But I think that's a pretty decent system, to be honest. It's a lot better because a lot of people I've heard in countries where ambulances aren't free, they'll get Ubers to like hospitals instead. I've actually heard of people in this country getting Ubers to hospitals because ambulances take so long to arrive now. I got in an ambulance once for some reason. I don't know why they put me in an ambulance. I had glandular fever, which was really bad, to be fair. Like my throat properly closed up. I don't know why. I don't think they needed to send me an ambulance though. They just put me in an ambulance for some reason. But I was in hospital for like 2 days. To be fair, I saw someone on Twitter be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in hospital with glandular fever," and everyone in the replies was like, "Oh, this is why our NHS is down the drain. You went into hospital for a cold." Bro, have you ever had glandular fever? Fuck me. I have never been so ill in all my life. My throat closed up. I couldn't fucking breathe. I needed to be put on like steroids. Otherwise my throat would have closed up and I wouldn't have been able to breathe. I had to have I had steroids in this arm. I had antibiotics in this. I was lying in a hospital bed for like 3 nights. It was horrible. What was I even talking? I was talking about ambulances, wasn't I? I was in an ambulance for that for some reason. That was a bit of a way. I didn't need to. I could have just got in the car. We went through traffic and everything with the sirens on. That was a bit unnecessary also. I wasn't dying. All right, okay, here we go. This is a 1-star review of a restaurant. We had dinner, nice atmosphere, relaxing. Waiters are attentive. I ordered chicken strips and french fries for our 3-year-old son. It was served with banana ketchup. I can see why you got the one star. Banana ketchup. What the fuck? Do I just not know what this is? Because I'm not
3 years old.
Banana ketchup. What the fuck? It's red. What? Banana ketchup. That sounds vile. I can't say I've ever had it before, but that's vile. We requested tomato ketchup. We're Americans. We hate banana ketchup. The Bowhole Bee Farm restaurant staff said they only serve banana ketchup. That is fucked up to me. Banana ketchup. For those who don't know, banana ketchup is disgusting, yeah? It's a very cheap, low-quality substitute for real tomato ketchup. This tells me Bowhole Bee Farm doesn't care if American Together America. Well, I don't know why. Okay, right. I feel as though this would have been fair. They're like, I asked for ketchup and they gave me weird banana sludge. I feel as though that's fair enough grounds for a bad review. If you didn't have a good experience there. That's what a review system is for, I guess. This tells me Bohol Bee Farm doesn't care if Americans eat there. American kids love tomato ketchup. It's not that expensive, so stop being cheap, Bohol Bee Farm. We will not come back. Oh dear. Oh dear. After 10 weeks of being in Europe, I learned everyone, Italians, Germans, Danes, French, etc., are all afraid to even visit the States. They all really think they're going to be deported the minute they're... Literally, I was set to go to America next month, but I didn't end... I was supposed to book it last month, but I just didn't. I never got around to it because I was just like... That's really scary, like flying 10 hours and then maybe not getting... Because you hear about people not getting let in all the time. And it's just like, well, I'm not going to spend all this money and risk not getting let in. I just looked it up. Tourism in the States is down by almost 30 billion this year. Wow, this story is crazy. Turns out several European tourists have had nightmares. Yeah, I mean, you hear about people getting like detained for like making fun of the US for like having memes on their phone of JD Vance. I heard one the other day of someone not getting let in the country because they watched South Park recently, or like there was a Google search for the new South Park episode. I don't know. Maybe it is all overblown a little bit. I don't know, but it's just one of those things of like, if I'm not going to risk not getting let into a place, you know? And I love it. The thing is, right, it's horrible because I love visiting the States. I really do. So it's like a wonderful place to go on holiday. It's like up there with one of my favorite sort of holiday destinations. It's probably up there after like Japan and Croatia. Like it's really good. There's lots to do. It's got a lot of people mock America because they think it's kind of monocultural, like it's all just one culture across the whole country. But it's really not. It's this isn't me sucking dick to to help my chances of getting in next time I visit, I promise. But it is like a really, really interesting place to visit. So it's just a shame that things like this are happening. Greetings from upstate New York. I found out about my Viking heritage 5 years ago and embraced it ever since. Me when I play God of War on the PS4. My brother and I found out our family tree goes all the way back to Ragnar Lothbrok. Hope to meet some badass Vikingers and shield maidens. He's got the trim and everything. You can't knock his dedication. He's got the beard and the trim. Like, you go to Iceland, fucking 75% of the men have this trim or some variant of this trim. The euro should be in parity with the US dollar and not a cent more. Complete BS valuation. I don't think that's how currency works, mate. You can drive 13 hours in Texas and still be in Texas. The European mind cannot comprehend. In fairness, right, that is pretty mad. Actually, hang on. Wait, can we do that? I feel as though a country like Germany, surely it takes longer than 13 hours to drive from the bottom to the top. Surely. All right, let's have a look. There's a bottom bit of Germany. Oberstdorf. Let's go from Oberstdorf to, right, where we got up here? Where we got in the north of Germany? Oh, yeah, this is going to be a long journey. So, Flensburg. Okay, that's only 10 hours. All right, yeah, fair. Like, it is a, what about, Italy. I feel as though Italy will be a banker here. All right, let's go from this little town in the north of Italy to the bottom. I'm not counting Sicily because that would involve a ferry. I'm talking about somewhere you can just drive straight to. Let's go to there. How long is that going to take? 14 hours. There we go. Beat it. Actually, did we? Yeah, just about. Just about. Nice. So the European mind can comprehend it. Hot take. Europe is a bunch of third world countries with better branding. No AC. That is one of the annoying things. I mean, in hot countries in Europe, like if you go to Spain or Italy, like if you say you stay in a hotel or Airbnb, they will have AC. I don't know about the houses there. Not been in like a person's house there, but I would assume in the hot countries they have AC. Ice is a luxury. No, it's not. You'll sweat through dinner while the waiter ignores you for 2 hours. No, not usually at least. Say what you want about America, but at least eating out doesn't feel like hot yoga with bread. Yeah, to be fair, the American eating out experience is pretty fucking decent. Like, that is, they have got their service on point. Like, it is good. Living in Europe is like being a poor American. Things like 2-car garages and lawns are a luxury. There. I mean, a 2-car garage is a bit of a luxury, I'd say. But lawns, not really. Lawns aren't really. This is hot. I mean, I'm in England. That is home of the lawn. Like, we just have naturally. Like, apparently, I can't remember where I learned about this, but apparently, in a lot of America, like grass just doesn't naturally grow. Like in places like California, so they have to like import grass from the UK and other places. And I think it's like the type of grass that grows on the American continent isn't right for lawns. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But no, like we just have naturally occurring lawns here in the UK. Don't be gaslit into thinking Europe is a magical vacation. You can see the rundown sites on Yeah, it's because they're probably ruins. You're probably looking at ruins in like Athens and Rome. You can see the rundown sites on Google. It's all in the Stone Ages. No AC, tiny cups of water, and you'll be lucky to get ice in your drinks. Food's overrated and small portions. It all stinks. Paris does. People are rude. No microwaves or dryers in a lot of places. We do have microwaves. Why would you need a fucking micro? Are you cooking a Rustler's burger in your hotel room? No microwaves or dryers in a lot of places. They still hang clothes out of their windows, etc. So yeah, because it's fucking hot in a lot of Europe. Bang it outside, it'll be dry in an hour. Just go to some Midwest poor town if you want to rough it. I don't know. I feel as though going to somewhere like, I don't know, Naples is a bit better than going to Gary, Indiana. How it feels coming home to 5G air conditioning, ice and drive-thrus after spending 6 weeks in Europe. Okay, right. The rest of that, we have drive-thrus, air conditioning, right? We do need to up our game on that. And we do have ice. We have invented ice. But the 5G in this fucking country, my God, it's terrible. Like, I basically just have to accept that when I go outside, I can't use my phone to do any sort of like actual tasks. Like, downloading emails is a chore on my fucking 5G in this country. But the weird thing is, as soon as I leave England and I'll go to somewhere in Europe or America or something like that, it works flawlessly. It works perfectly. It works like my kind of like fiber optic internet at home. It's just the 5G in this country is so shit. Oh, okay. Fucking. So this is a BuzzFeed posted an article about like Scottish people protesting Trump's visit. This is un-American. You're right. It's in Scotland. Our president is supposed to be loved and cherished, and these people can't even bother to salute our president because can't even bother to salute our president or find ways to accommodate him. What do you think everyone around the world should salute your president? What planet are you on? Trump is a good man. Scotland is so rude. Tariff Scotland to the max. I'm sure that'll make them change their tune. You don't get to mock our president and question him. Do they not? Why not? Trump was deeply hurt, and we have had enough. Oh, poor him. Poor him. I was very, very upset about that. Who can afford to travel? Most of us are strapped here in America because not everyone is from the US. I thought most of the world population is American. Like 20% and majority of the tourists. What? America are the biggest population in the world. You might need to have a little visit over to Wikipedia, my friend. Europeans saw the coldest it can reasonably get outside is 0 degrees and the hottest it can get is 100 degrees. And we're like, let's call this minus 17C and 37C. I mean, I think the 0 degrees Celsius thing has to do with the freezing point of water. Yeah. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. It's a pretty fucking good system, I'd say. T-scale is not connected to what it feels outside, and the rest of the world uses this system, not only Europeans. The other useful scale is Kelvin, but Fahrenheit is an 18th century era obsolete temperature scale. We need to liberate Canada. Canada has been taken over by socialist, Marxist, communists. I don't think it has. That wants to destroy USA. I don't think they do. Honestly, I don't think that Canada has the power to destroy the USA. All the Canadians I know hate us, and that's when I realized that those Canadians were dangerous Marxists. I would gladly serve time to drive the commie scum from Canada. The people suffering from Marxist rule would rejoice, especially the women who would want to meet the brave freedom fighters of the greatest country on earth. What the fuck? What is this weird fantasy fan fiction you're writing about yourself? Shut the hell up, Brits. You are inches away from living in a communist regime. I'm not sure about that. There's a lot. There is a lot bad going on in the UK at the moment in terms of like censorship and all that sort of stuff. But I think we're pretty far off living in a communist regime. You literally have a king right now. You're going to need guns for your revolution. No, I'm all right, thanks, mate. I don't really want a gun. Don't really want many people in this country to have a gun, to be honest. That sounds like a fucking terrible idea. By the way, British were the original English speakers. American is the original. You don't hear any animals with a British accent. Are you referring to cartoon animals? What? Or babies? I mean, I think babies in the UK have British accents. Americans don't understand that Europe is very densely rich in culture and history. You can spend your time in a very small area and have a very rich experience. But what they want is to tick a bucket list and brag that they have been to 5 European countries. Most of Europe, except some parts of the east and south, looks similar and isn't that interesting. Squares, cathedrals, brown rivers, grey buildings. You know what? I will sort of agree here. I know I'm going to get boos everywhere, but a lot of European cities are very similar. Like, you go to Prague, you've basically been to fucking half of them. I'm sorry. But that's just how I felt. They are good. Like, they are worth going to. But a lot of them are very, very similar. Okay, so this is the same person from a post earlier in the video. I worked at NATO on a long-term project in Germany. During the summer, when it got unbearably hot, they told us to wear fewer clothes. They weren't telling you to get down to your boxes, mate. They're probably telling you to take your hoodie off. You can brag about universal healthcare all you want, but if you have zero AC, I'm not interested. I mean, it's a fair point. It is a fair point. We do need to up our AC game. And it's like a thing here where it's like, oh, it's like only unreasonably hot like 3 or 4 months a year. Why do we need AC? We fucking need it at this point. This country gets so hot for about 3 months out of the year. It's like horrible. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm a man that feels temperatures very strongly. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there for this video. Like and subscribe for America.